This isn't some deep motivational talk. This is me talking about why society feels broke and stupid and kinda hilarious sometimes. You ever notice how we can't sit still for 10 seconds anymore? We used to watch full movies. Now we scroll for a 40 seconds movie clip, 10 minutes grocery deliveries, and dating apps where you can reject someone because their dog looks weird. And yet, everyone I know feels burned out.
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 Everyone I know feels burned out. We built all this technology to save time, but now we use all that saved time to scroll more. It's like we're in a race and nobody even knows what we're running to. We turned existing into content. I can't even eat breakfast without thinking, should I post this? Bro, it's oatmeal. And the wild part, everyone looks happy online, but when you talk to them in person, they're like, yeah, I'm exhausted.
Everyone I know feels burned out.
Everyone I know feels burned out. Everyone I know feels burned out. We live in this era where resting feels illegal. If you're not grinding 24/7, someone on TikTok is gonna call you lazy, sell you a course about discipline. We've built this culture where if you're not achieving, you're failing, and that's insane. Oh, and don't get me started on dating. It's like applying for a job with no salary and endless rejection. Back in the day, people met at coffee shops. Now you swipe through 300 people while eating last night's leftovers. Last night's leftovers.
Everyone I know feels burned out.
Everyone I know feels burned out. Everyone I know feels burned out. We're all chasing love and a system designed to keep us single because apparently loneliness sells. And can we talk about how everyone's mad all the time? Like every day there's new things we're supposed to cancel, boycott, or have an opinion on. And if you don't, you're part of the problem. We're all tired, man. We're all tired, man. I realize this is not life, not the algorithm, not the productivity tracker. Life is just being here, just being alive in the moment. Modern society makes us forget that we're still human beings. So yeah, modern society is weird. We got more tools than ever, but somehow we still try to figure out how to be happy. Maybe the real rebellion now is slowing down, being honest, being silly, and not turning your life into a brand.
Everyone I know feels burned out.
We're all tired, man.
Everyone I know feels burned out.
We're all tired, man.
Everyone I know feels burned out.
Lately, something feels off about everybody I meet, in every place that I go, I just have to say it. I went to the shop the other day and it kind of felt like I was in a dream or maybe a nightmare. It was very, very weird. People are in a daze. And what it feels like to me is it's like they're in mourning, like something has passed away. That's the energy or the vibe that I'm getting. And humans that I've met, they have lost the spark that they used to have. Something is really wrong with people, and it's almost like seeing zombies. Zombie nation. Zombie nation. Zombie nation.
Zombie nation. Zombie nation.
They just don't care about anybody. They don't care about anything, and I can feel it. And to me, it's emotionally exhausting to be around people right now. And I'm going to be brutally honest, but people are less honest now. They are more rude now, and they're disrespectful, and ignorance and narcissism is being rewarded right now in the world. And that's just not right.
Zombie nation.
Zombie nation. That's just not right.
Zombie
Zombie Nation.
All my creation.
I honestly miss the days before the internet even existed. Right now I really miss those days, because right now it feels like everyone's carrying a burden. And to me, it feels like everyone has given up in a way. Everybody's on edge, nobody trusts anybody anymore. And that even comes down to saying hi to somebody, like nodding at them. They're like, what's this guy up to? He's nodding at me, he's probably wanting some.
Zombie Nation.
He's probably wanting some.
Zombie Nation.
He's probably wanting some.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation.
It is all by creation. There's something going on there that I don't understand, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And when you go out, like if I'm planning to go out, I expect bad interactions now. Like 90% of all the interactions that I have now are with rude people. It's interesting, because I do meet a nice person every now and then, and I really remember that person, because it's like a rare find. It's like finding a diamond or something now, to find a nice person.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation.
Zombie Nation. Zombie Nation. Zombie. Zombie Nation.
Zombie. I don't really care anymore. I don't care if I'm happy. It doesn't hurt me to be sad. I'm just a vessel full of sorrow. Is this what they call going mad? I know that I'm losing control, and I've dug myself a deep hole. Will I ever get out? I don't know. Oh, I know that I'm losing control. Empty eyes see nothing new. Sunrise just another hue. Heartbeat a dull steady drum. Feeling numb it has become. My kingdom come. If this is the edge, why does it feel so dull, so quiet and so painfully real? If this is the end, why do I still wake up and breathe against my will? This is my kingdom come, where the crown weighs a ton. On a throne of apathy, I wear this crown that's crushing me. Every laugh just sounds rehearsed, every blessing feels like a curse. There's a lack of flame in a fire once bright. Dark are my days, as dark as my nights.
Is there a door in these walls I made?
Could I crawl out if I said I'm afraid?
If I whisper,
would someone come? Would they tell me
how this all begun?
Welcome to my kingdom come, where every echo comes undone. All these walls I built alone crumble quiet stone by stone. If this darkness is my throne, I sit hollow, skin and bone. Welcome to my
kingdom come. My kingdom come.
Could I crawl out if I said I'm afraid?
If I whisper,
would someone come? Would they tell me
how this all begun?
You ever notice how we're obsessed with generational labels?
Boomers destroy the economy. Millennials killed the plastic straw. Gen Z can't look up from their phones. But sandwiched in the middle, there's this whole generation nobody talks about, Generation X. Born between 1965 and 1980. They're the parent who raised you but never needed the credit. The people who build the internet we're all addicted to, but barely have a social media presence themselves.
Generation X.
Gen X. Let's start with what defined them more than anything. They were latch-key kids, and I don't mean a few of them had to let themselves in after school. This was standard for millions. School bus drops you off, you walk to your house, pull out that key hanging from a shoelace around your neck, and let yourself into an empty home. No parents, no babysitter. You were just alone, an entire generation learning at a very young age that nobody's coming to save you, figure it out yourself. And that empty house rewired their brains. It taught them that consequences are real and immediate.
Generation X.
The latch-key generation.
You made a choice and lived with what happened next. When your parents finally showed up, discipline wasn't a discussion. It wasn't some feelings-focused family meeting. You messed up, you got punished, end of story.
Your brain gets wired to think 2, 3 steps ahead because you had to. That's why Gen X has this almost eerie ability to see problems coming before they hit. They're not pessimists. They're running constant simulations in their heads because that's how they survive.
Generation X. The latchkey kids. Generation X. The latchkey kids.
They watch their dads give 30 years to a company, only to get a pink slip during the next downsizing. The message landed hard. The system will betray you. People will let you down, promises are worthless. They hope for the best, but they plan for the worst because in their experience, the worst shows up pretty regularly. This isn't cynicism, it's pattern recognition. And it created this emotional armor that makes them seem detached when really they're just protecting themselves from inevitable disappointment.
Generation X. The latchkey kids. Generation X. The latchkey kids.
Gen X.
Generation X.
The latchkey generation. Big up all the latchkey